Hello everybody, welcome to the KetoMom page. My name is Stephanie and we are going to talk about how to lose weight. Okay, so yesterday I did a live and I just simply asked like, hey, what do you want to learn about? How can I help? What questions do you have? So welcome to the KetoMom page. I'm going to share with you I wrote down 5 things or 5 thoughts to help you lose weight. Now, before we dive in, some of this either will be a brand new to you. Some of you are like, I already know that. Some of you, it's a refresher. Some of you are like, ooh, I know that. And I need to actually do that, right? So tell me where you're tuning in from. It is almost lunchtime. Just got done doing some math and reading. I'm a homeschool mom of 4 girls if you're brand new here. And we live in Florida. It's a beautiful day. I'm super thankful. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for the KetoMom page. I'm thankful for the sun that's out. I'm thankful for my girls. I'm thankful that we can homeschool. So with all of that, it is Tuesday and I want to know real quick as you're tuning in, share with me something you're thankful for. All right, in the comments below. Also, as we are talking about fat loss and the 5 things that you need to understand or how it works is you can always go to ketomomsecrets.com. I've got recipes, how to get started. I've got a book club. We've got ketones, like anything that you're looking for, ketomomsecrets.com. Ask questions below or send me a question, right? Send me a message. Now, as we're diving in, I love that. Somebody says, I'm thankful for my family. Me too. So this might seem basic. I've got 5 things that I was like, okay, if I'm going to tell somebody how to lose weight, right? The number one thing, this is a bonus, right? Before I dive into the tactical 5 things, I'm going to ask, have you decided? Like, how many of you have decided I want to lose weight? I've decided. And the question I want to ask you is, are you committed? Like, you can decide something, but are you committed to seeing it through? Let me give you an example. Our friends started 75 Hard, which is a program where you do it for 75 days in a row. And it's based on working out 2 times a day, eating well, drinking a gallon of water, reading 10 pages. Like, there's a whole bunch of things, and you check all the boxes, right? I think they're on day maybe 25. And guess what? I decided that I was going to do it. But my commitment to that physical app and actually making sure I checked the boxes and committed to 2 days of workouts, in my head I thought I was. And I've had to restart 5 times, right? And then I asked myself today, am I committed to 75 Hard? And I actually said, no. I told myself, I'm actually not. Like, I'm reading every day. I get up and work on my mindset. I drink water. I drink my ketones. I work out at least once a day. And I eat well. But I, for whatever reason, decided today, I was like, oh, I'm not committed. Does that make me a failure? I mean, I quit 75 Hard. Well, I failed it 5 times. I'm not going to restart it. I'm not going to go and binge on Oreos. I'm still doing all of the things that I want to do. But I'm asking you this because sometimes we push so hard and then we decide, like, I actually don't want to do that. Like, I quit on my Couch to 5K app. I decided I hate running. I was running because my friends wanted me to run a race with them, or we had talked about it. And then I decided, oh, I love to work out. I love to lift weights. I love to go for walks and bike rides. I do not enjoy running. I don't even want to think about it. Makes me want to vomit. So I quit the app and I said, you know what? I'm going to work out and do the things I enjoy, but I'm not going to run. So I'm not going to do it. I quit that and I don't think that's bad. 75 Hard. I said I was doing it with my friends. I'm already doing the 75 Hard, almost all of it, 90%, but I'm not always getting a second workout in. And I was like getting irritated with myself. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do all the healthy things I know. I'm not going to do the app. It's okay, right? It's okay. But the question I have for you is, what are you committed to? Make sense? What are you committing to yourself? So when I talk about these 5 things, you have to go, okay, I might do this and this or start with this. You might not do all of them, and that's okay. So diving in, number one, before I give you these 5 steps, mindset is important. Do you believe that you can lose the weight? Or do you feel like you just don't like how you look, but you're not committed to these things? It's a question to ask yourself. Am I committed or not? Okay, number one. Well, I wrote down create a calorie deficit. That's a fancy word. Nutritionists use it. I'm not a nutritionist. Listen, I'm not a doctor. I didn't go to school for this. I've learned over the last 9 years a lot. So when somebody says create a calorie deficit, to me, in my mom brain, what I'm going to tell you is, number one, you have to eat less food. You want to lose weight? You probably have to eat less. I 100% believe most people are just simply overeating. They're over snacking and even overeating good food. So what you need to do is take a good look at your day over the next couple days, and you should write down everything that you're eating. When you have to physically write it down, and then you're responsible for like sharing it with your spouse or best friend or send it to me, you're going to go, I don't want to write the M&Ms down, so I'm not going to eat it. I don't want to write the chocolate cake down because my goal is weight loss or fat loss. I'm not going to eat it because I have to write it down. It holds you to a different level, right? You could use a food tracker, MyFitnessPal, carb counter, because when you do that, you physically see how much food you're eating. You guys, I promise you, most people wake up and they eat, and right before they go to bed, they eat, and they eat all day long, and they snack all day long. And if you had to physically write it down, you might be shocked at how much food you're eating, right? So I say things like eat when you're hungry, not when you're bored. Eat when you're hungry, not when you're emotional, or it's at the office, or it's convenient to go out with your friends when you already ate lunch, but now you're going to eat again. Your body doesn't eat an excess amount of food. So the first thing you do when your goal is to lose weight is, fancy word, right? It's called create a calorie deficit. I say stop eating so much. Start having a visual, write it down so that you can start going, and then ask yourself, am I hungry or am I just bored, right? Okay, number 2, move your body. So it could be a walk, it could be lifting weights, whatever you enjoy. I'm not saying working out might this is so fun. Like, it's hard. But what can bring you joy in the hard? Like, my girls love to go to the gym. They like to use all the machines. I've realized I actually don't like that, and I don't like to run. I love to do body pump. I love to do classes. I love to do CrossFit. I love to go for walks and bike rides. I'm going to find what I enjoy mentally. It's hard, but I enjoy it. Move your body in some way, shape, or form, right? Like, get your steps in. I have a Whoop band. It's a tracker. It tracks my sleep. It tracks my steps. And it's fun to watch. It tells me if I slept well, and which we're going to talk about in a second. It tells me how many steps. The health app on my phone tracks my steps. But there's things I like to see to at least push myself to be a little bit better, right? So what do you like to do? I'd love to know. Like, if you had to choose, like, do you like Pilates or yoga, weightlifting, running? Like, what do you like to do? That's your movement, because it creates endorphins in your body, right? So if you're having a hard day, like, go for a walk, get some fresh air, move your body. It helps your brain go, all right, we got this. We can finish today out. When you feel good, you make better choices, which means you eat less because you ask yourself the question, am I hungry or am I just sad, right? So we're going to eat less. We're going to pay attention to how much we're eating. We're going to move our body in some way, shape, or form because we want to lose some weight, and we're going to get some calories, move it, like it's good for you, right? For your mental health as well. Number 3, I wrote down, choose wise foods. So like, there's an aspect of like overeating, and then there's an aspect of, you don't have to say that you're keto or low carb or carnivore. Like, you don't have to label a diet, but I'm going to give you some parameters. Drop the sugar, cut out the sugar, and maybe say, if I go to a birthday party for a family, I'll have a piece of cake. Give yourself some parameters so you're not never indulging and then all of a sudden you binge. I have a lot of people that love to go Monday through Friday. I'm pretty strict. Like, I drink my water. You might intermittent fast, or you're going to eat a protein breakfast. Think protein. Think like proteins, veggies, salads, eggs. Like, think of good food, avocado, things that are going to keep you full. Your body needs protein to sustain muscle, right? I think sometimes we have it in our head that a meal needs to be like main protein. We need to have 2 sides, maybe some bread on the side and a dessert at the end. Like sometimes my meal might be just a cheeseburger, no bun, no sides, or just a little bit of egg salad or some tuna fish salad. Like a meal doesn't have to fill a whole plate, right? We have this visual of what a meal looks like. Sometimes I'll just have some meat and cheese, or sometimes I'll just have like a couple eggs. It just depends. So don't feel like it's got to look a certain way. The goal is to choose the best option. Proteins and veggies and salads, cut the sugar, try to minimize like a whole lot of pasta, a whole lot of bread, a whole lot of potatoes. Can you have them? It's up to you. Are we going to completely eliminate them? If you're keto and low carb, probably. If you're just choosing the best that you can. Some of you do way better with doing power or Whole30, right? So, and then if you have questions, ask them below and I'll send you guys a message because it was moving a little fast. So we're going to eat less, meaning just be aware of how often you're snacking. We're going to move our body. We're going to choose the best foods possible. And then number 4 is huge. We're going to stay hydrated, meaning like right now I'm drinking, I had this whole thing full of water. I've already had a whole thing. I've had ketones and I've got electrolytes in my water. So I've done a video before where water isn't always just enough to hydrate your cells. You need electrolytes. That could look like a pinch of Himalayan salt in your water, or it could look like, I have some electrolyte packets. I don't think I have any up here. I have an electrolyte packet that I use. So your body needs to have electrolytes. So if you feel off, you get a headache, you don't feel well, try some water and electrolytes, and I feel like it fixes it so quickly. So stay hydrated. And the last one is ensure that you get great sleep and manage your stress. Sleep is important. Your stress is important. So outside of how often you're eating, what you're eating, move your body and drink water, those are all pretty self-explanatory. If I were to not come on here, if you couldn't read another book, if you couldn't go listen to anybody else, you would know what to do to lose fat. Put down the Doritos, put down the Debbie snacks, go pick up some steak or chicken and go grab some asparagus. Like, you know what to do. It goes all the way back to the beginning on, are you committed to doing it, right? Get rid of the junk, eat better food. Stop eating so much, go for a walk, drink water, get rid of the pop. The 2 things that people underestimate is sleep and stress. Are you staying up extra late to watch movies, to have your face sucked into the vortex of television where it's telling you a vision? Or are you like maybe reading a book before you go to bed, or like de-stressing, or like sitting in some quiet time, like shutting the screens off the hour before you go to bed? Like, is your room set up to sleep well, right? Do you go to sleep with the TV on? Like, there's things to help you have a better quality of sleep. Sleep plays a factor in your fat loss, and so does stress. If you are stressed out, your body's going to hold on to everything it can. So again, going for walks, reading books, meditating, praying, just sitting and being, journaling, right? Journaling, reading a good book, listening to a podcast. There's things you can do to help, and getting off your phone and stop swiping so much. We all do it, right? Not judgment on you. I do the same. So these 5 things: calorie deficit, move your body, choose good foods, stay hydrated, and work on stress and sleep will help you get to where you want to go. Not overnight, right? Like, this is I'm deciding and I'm committing, and you might have to commit for the rest of the year to get to where you want to go. But when you get there, you're going to feel incredible. You're going to feel empowered. You're going to want to keep going, and you're going to create a lifestyle. Because if you don't, you go back to the way that you were eating, and then you get to start the cycle all over again, right? So write those 5 things down. Ask yourself, am I committed? And then write down, okay, pay attention to the food that you're eating. Make a journal. Am I eating too much? Am I drinking enough water? Did I choose good foods? Ask somebody to be your accountability partner. Send me a message and send me the foods you're eating. Can I go for a walk instead of watching Netflix? Why don't we go outside and walk for a little bit? Like, move your body, right? And then instead of watching Netflix, shut off the TV an hour before you go to bed. Read a book, journal, talk to your kids. Like, call your mom, call your best friend. Like, do something. Read for a little bit, go to sleep. Shut all the lights off, get some good sleep, and then de-stress. So, it sounds simple, and you might go, wait, that's not what I was looking for. I wanted the secret to fat loss. I'm so sorry. The only secret to fat loss right now that people are using is, it seems like it's a secret, or it seems like it's helping people lose fat very quickly, but it's not good for their bodies. So, and I'm not going to dive into that. But somebody said, how do you get your calorie deficit? The first thing you have to do is look at how much you're eating. And you might not be able to evaluate that. You might have to go to like MyFitnessPal and start tracking all of your food. Put in your weight, your height, female, male, how active you are. It gives you an idea of how many calories you should have for the day. And then as you're tracking your food, it might go, and don't even try to be like, oh, I'm going to try to get a calorie deficit. If you go and track your food for a week, just doing the best that you can, it's going to show you like, oh, I'm doing great, or oh shoot, I'm like 1,000 calories over. It's just a visual. And then you can ask yourself, wait, I got up in the morning, I ate my breakfast, and then I ate the kids' breakfast because they didn't eat it. And then like, oh, my friend brought donuts to the office, so I had a donut. I was like, I'll start tomorrow. And then I had lunch. Then we had more snacks at the office. Then I was eating dinner while I was prepping dinner, and then I had dinner. Then I had popcorn before I went to bed. Like most people, if you stick to your meals and maybe a snack in the day if you need it, hold on one second. My throat got dry. It's excess snacking that causes us to eat too much food. So, and then dropping the sugar, right? Do I eat, Lori? Yes. Lori asked if I eat sugar or bread. So I actually shared on my stories the other day, my girls make homemade bread. So we have these little wheat berries. It's not keto. It's not low carb. We have physical wheat berries that the girls they mill in a mill. They make their own flour, and they add that specific flour from the wheat berry with an egg, olive oil, honey, and some yeast, and they make their own bread. Do I eat it? I sure do. Every day? No. Do I think that it's way better than store-bought bread? Yes. So do I have treats? I'm not a sweet person, but if like, for example, my birthday's on Sunday and I'm going out tonight with some of my very good friends, and I'm sure they're going to have a dessert. So will I have some? We'll probably all share one. Will I eat some of it? I probably will. Will I beat myself up? Absolutely not. Do I do the best I can a majority of my day? 100%. And it depends on what like the season that you're in. Like if you're really going after some fat loss, you're like, I need to lose 50 pounds, then you might narrow the window and you might go, you know what? I'm actually not going to have any sugar till I reach 20 or 30 pounds. You're like, I'm actually not going to have any treats unless it's like my husband's birthday or maybe grandma's birthday, or like I'm going to enjoy my family, but right now I'm really focused. And when you get to the point where you reach your goal, it doesn't mean that you just let everything go, but you find yourself enjoying things as you come and go. Does that make sense? So I exercise every day. Yes, whether it's walking, I lift weights, I do workout videos, but I do enjoy it. Like I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm not looking to lose weight. I've already done that. I've had 4 babies. I'm completely happy with how my body looks. The only goal I have is if I'm going to do something, I'm going to work on my flexibility and I'm going to work on gaining muscle. So that's my goals, which is why I don't beat myself up when I share the cake with my friends, because one piece of cake isn't going to wreck everything. I'm going to get back on track tomorrow, right? And that's just how it is. So example, Sherry said, I can't eat sugar because I don't stop. And here's another, actually, I love that you said that. Because when somebody said, and I'll say that to people, if you find yourself eating something and then it always, because that's what happens. Listen, if I eat cake tonight, or if I eat cake on my birthday on Sunday, if I eat something, what does it do? And that's a good awareness. As soon as you invite something in, your body goes, I forgot about this. I want more. Listen, my girls made Oreo balls because they had a Galentine's yesterday with all of their friends. So there was like 20 girls that showed up. And if I eat an Oreo, I already know I'm going to want to eat all of them. So I'm not going to do it. There are things that you might have to go, like if you were to have a cake at a wedding, you're not going to go binge at the wedding and eat all the cake, but you might find yourself like trying to find something in your home. So you have to be aware of that, because if you don't, and you're like, I can do this one time, and all of a sudden it creates a spiral out of control. So like you have to know you. I'll tell you this. every day I wake up and drink ketones. So like if I were to, let's say I spiraled out of control, Sherry, right? Let's say tonight I spiraled and I ate the whole cake, right? Would I feel guilty? Probably for a second. I would actually feel like garbage more than anything, right? But tomorrow I'm gonna get up, I drink my ketones, I go for a walk, I drink my water, I eat my normal meat and cheese, I have some eggs. Like, I know what to do to get back on track so that my one day of spiraling or my one spiral evening doesn't flow into the week, the whole rest of the day, then a week, and then a month, and then a year. So you've got to find, like I have a tool, I drink ketones, right? They turn my brain on. And listen, you might think, whatever, like this is incredible. So I drink them every day. It turns my brain on, turns my appetite down. It helps me choose better foods. I feel great. Some of you have other tools you use. That's awesome. Figure out what works for you to get you back on track. So I drink ketones. I have for almost 9 years. If you want to know about them, post trial in the comments and we can chat. They're incredible. They taste great. I feel amazing, and they just help me stay on course. So I guess that would be a bonus tip for fat loss, which I have helped so many people lose even up to 100 pounds. And they do help with cravings. Ketones help with cravings. So post trial in the comments. You guys are incredible. Now here's something that helps with nighttime cravings. If you're asking, is shut down the kitchen at night so you're not excessively snacking. Or if it's whatever you're craving, like I'll sometimes have a protein shake, like a really light chocolate, super small protein shake at night. I get more protein in, and it might not be as sweet as an Oreo, but it still kind of curbs that craving. So that could be an option for you. Go brush your teeth. When you have nighttime cravings, shut out the kitchen light, go brush your teeth. Hands down, I promise you, you're gonna be like minty fresh, and you're gonna go, or before you brush your teeth, eat a pickle. Keep a jar of pickles in your fridge. Bite a pickle when you really want that chocolate. It changes everything in your mind. Then go brush your teeth, shut out the kitchen lights, and if you choose to watch some TV, you don't need to have the popcorn to do it, right? So there's some little hacks that you can do that help, and it's a mindset thing. It's like, am I committed? Am I really working towards that fat loss, that weight loss? Because you've got to choose your hard, right? You've got to fight the urge of the cravings. I really want to feel great and I want to look a certain way. So I'm going to choose to fight the cravings instead of, months down the road, be frustrated because I didn't and then I gained 10 more pounds, right? So, all right, here's what I would love. I love that you guys are asking questions. I'll come back on tomorrow. I'll do some more Q&A. I'll answer some more questions about fat loss. I'll probably come on and talk more about, I have a lot of people that ask specifically about carbs and carb counting because they're doing lower carb. What is a strict carb? What is why do you subtract certain sugars? So we'll talk about total carbs and things like that. I'll do that. So thank you for tuning in. Your presence matters. Ask any questions below. Gives me ideas of what to talk about. I'd love for you to press the share button. Sharing is caring, and it invites other people to join us on the KetoMom page. You can always go to ketomomsecrets.com. Recipes, how to get started. There's a book club, so many different things. We've got trial packs. Post trial down below if you really want an incredible tool. Like, I love ketones as much as I would tell you to shop at Costco. Go watch the Chosen series. It's incredible. I would tell you my favorite foods. Like, I love cheeseburgers with no bun. Add some peanut butter and an egg. Makes a burger delightful. The things that I love, I'm going to share with you. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you very soon. Bye.